Hi everyone, welcome to a new episode of Crypto Tips. My name is Heidi, and today we are going to be covering all the new things that you can now do on Ledger Live using your hardware wallets. Ledger Live is an application that allows you to interact with the coins that are stored on your hardware wallet in a very secure way. And Ledger Lives allow you now to do things like buy and sell your cryptos. You can swap them using Ethereum Decentralized Exchanges. You can lend them using the Compound protocol for DeFi. There's a lot of new things. So Ledger Live basically is a super user-friendly way. It's a familiar interface across no matter which coin you're dealing with on your wallet. So it's bringing that user friendliness that everyone is wanting, matched with the really tight security of a hardware wallet, as well as, of course, 100% custodianship, that is ownership over your coins. I think it's a really cool thing to look out for. Is it too good to be true? Well, I'm going to get into it, and you know I'm going to give you my opinion, so here we go. So everything I am covering today is involving your use of Ledger Live and, of course, with your Ledger hardware wallet. Keep in mind that the partnerships that Ledger Live has with these platforms that I'm mentioning today, platforms like Wire, Coinify, Paraswap, Compound, for example, these are all partnerships with Ledger Live, right? So if you have any issues with the transactions happening using these new applications, you're gonna have to reach out to that particular application's support team, not necessarily Ledger Live, because again, it is that partnership with that platform that is allowing you to make those transactions. So just a heads up there. There's one more thing I need to make a note of right off the bat, and that is not every coin that is able to be stored on your Ledger hardware wallet device is able to have the capabilities of these partnerships, like again, buying or selling cryptocurrencies using your Ledger hardware wallet. You might not be able to do that with every single coin that you're storing on your Ledger hardware wallet. It's determined based on whatever coins are supported, again, by these partnerships that Ledger Live has. That's again with Wire, Coinify, Paraswap, and what have you, Compound. It's only the coins that those partnerships work with that will allow you to have this kind of functionality. So if you're ready, we're gonna get into covering all of the ways that you can now purchase cryptocurrencies using Ledger Live, and then we're gonna go over the coin swapping capabilities, and lastly, we're gonna cover how you can lend your coins directly from Ledger Live. Some of these I am much more excited than others, so if you wanna skip around, be sure to check out the timestamps down below in the video description. I'm pretty sure they show up now within the timeline of this video as well, so be sure to keep an eye on that to skip to the relevant section for you. There's a lot to get into, so let's get started. As per usual, life kind of throws you some what are they called? Curveballs. So right as I was about to film the screen recording after already having prepared the content for today's video, wouldn't you know, Ledger Live has another update. And with it comes what you're seeing here under the new Discover tab. Here on the left-hand side, you can see what they're calling their live apps catalog. They say we're working hard to bring you access to the world of DeFi, NFTs, and more securely right inside Ledger Live. So right here we see Paraswap and Wire, both of which I will be covering today. Additionally, you see what is to come. I believe Compound is at least limited capabilities now. I believe maybe they're going to be adding soon. Anyway, you can look forward to Aave, another liquidity market protocol or decentralized exchange, a way for you to earn interest on providing liquidity to these liquidity markets. Rainbow.me, an easy way to visualize the NFT secured by your hardware wallet. Also, 1inch, probably much like Paraswap, is going to be available. And what I'm most excited about here is Lido. Stake any amount of Ethereum to Ethereum 2 and earn daily staking rewards. So for those of you who are looking for a way to delegate your Ethereum but still keep ownership over your coins, this one could be very interesting to keep an eye on. Okay, so let's get into what I had planned to cover for today's video, and that is these new capabilities that you can have within Ledger Live, being able to interact with your cryptocurrencies, and more than just storing them and staking them. Now you can buy and sell them, you can swap them, and you can lend them. So let's go ahead and look at the options here for the buy and sell tab. Okay, so that's odd. I guess maybe when I was first going through this, because I had went through with Coinify to see what it was like, and their stipulations for buying cryptocurrencies using this option. There's actually two options here, Coinify and also Wire, WYRE. I'm going to talk about that one first. That one is specific to US customers, like no one outside of the US can use that one. Here's something to pay attention to. If you want to use that platform, it requires your first and last name, your email, your social security number, and date of birth. Very sensitive, personal, private information to use that on-ramp. Also, I don't know the benefits of this one as a non-US citizen. I can't go further than that initial sign-up page. And as you're seeing here, it's not even showing that option anymore. I think, again, that's just because as I was prepping for this tutorial, I was going through the Coinify, and now it's like, okay, that's your go-to. So additionally, there's the Coinify, which you can also use if you are a US citizen. But things to note here are that the minimum purchases, I'm not sure if these minimums also apply to Wire. It's probably determined on that platform stipulations again. But for Coinify, the minimum purchases are 60 euros. No matter which coin you're dealing with, that's the minimum amount of money you'll need to be buying or selling. And also at this point, the only crypto you can sell for fiat on Ledger Live is Bitcoin. So let's say you have all these coins on Ledger Live and you're excited because now it's a fiat off ramp for you. You can sell those coins, take a profit, and make a bank transfer. Right now, the only coin you can do that with Coinify on Ledger Live is Bitcoin. Also, if you go with the credit card option of purchasing cryptocurrencies, it's going to come with a 4.25% fee or a minimum of $4.99. So keep that in mind as well. Also, something to pay attention to here with Coinify is there can be some big price discrepancies. So just keep that in mind, even with saving on transaction fees, because you're not taking your coins from your Ledger device onto a centralized exchange, paying the transaction fees happening with that. The difference in price could take out any profits. But this is very typical for these types of exchanges. Often the convenience comes with the price of higher fees or less competitive prices. So you're going to have to balance that out and decide for yourself if it's worth it in the long run. Okay, so next up, we're going to cover this swap feature, which is, again, just below the buy and sell. And we see that... Oh, okay, interesting. See, again, this update just happened. If you go to swap, it's automatically going to take you to the Changely version of this. So Changely is cool. It works with Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, XRP. It's like a cross-chain type exchange, and you can choose whichever asset you're going to be trading with. And like I referenced in the intro to this video, not every coin that you're storing on your ledger is going to be able to be traded using Changely. Only a few. There's, definitely a bigger list here than there is with Coinify. So that's cool, but still a fairly limited list compared to the amount of coins that you can store on your ledger. So basically, whichever crypto asset you're choosing initially, that's going to determine which ones you can trade against, again, according to Changely. And here's where they're going to tell you the amount to send and the amount that you will be receiving. One thing you need to pay attention to here on Changely is the rate. You can choose a floating or a fixed rate. And the difference here is that a floating rate means that your price point could change depending on market conditions. Now, this does offer lower fees, But again, you can't exactly be locking in a price. So you might be, especially if it is a highly volatile time in the market, you might be surprised which price is ultimately settled for your trade. Where conversely, the fixed rate means that price is locked in no matter what the market is doing. This fixed rate is updated every 60 seconds. So again, once you lock it in, that's it. But until you've locked in that point, that price is updating every 60 seconds. But anyway, the price again of that locked in price is you're going to pay a higher fee for that. And that's how you can choose these right here. Now, okay, so it's saying Paraswap has been moved into the Discover tab. So they're moving stuff around already. So here's Paraswap. This one is pretty cool and I'm most excited about just because it's a decentralized exchange. They don't want to know any personal information. You can just be trading your Ethereum for Ethereum based tokens here. So again, if you're dealing with USDT, it's going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. So just some things to pay attention to. The estimated cost, I'm guessing that's going to be the transaction fee involved with this trade, which is about $13 per trade, and a price impact. That's very important, especially for those of you who are wanting to trade smaller capped Ethereum based tokens. And, if you're dealing with any amount of money that's large compared to the overall volume that coin is seeing in 24 hours, the price impact could be much higher. So that means that if you make a trade, you're going to dump the price, or if you're making a buy, you could pump it up a lot. Definitely just keep that in mind. As with, it's a lot more open, a lot more options here compared to Changely and the other options, because it's, all within the Ethereum ecosystem. It's a lot more inclusive. What's also cool about Paraswap is that much like 1inch, which is another Ethereum-based decentralized exchange, or DEX, I'm always referring to, Paraswap here is a DEX aggregator. They go through like about 30 different Ethereum-based decentralized exchanges, and they go through and they figure out which ones have, number one, the best prices for you, and number two, the lowest fees. So again, it's super convenient. They do a lot of the work for you, and it's right here within Ledger Live within a very familiar type interface. So again, very user-friendly. Now I'm going to check out the lend. Okay. Even though it's saying it's soon to come here in the Discover tab, it says coming soon. There is a lend option right here, and you can see the different options that you can lend with the stable coins, right? So the DAI stable coin, USDC coin, or Tether. And again, these are all going to be on the Ethereum blockchain. I mean, here's a trade-off, right? It's a pretty low percentage, but if these are coins that you're hanging on to anyway, maybe just waiting, it's your dry powder, you're waiting to buy in at a lower price, and it's just sitting there and you want to earn something on it, you can do it. Especially, this is cool because you can keep it right on your ledger, right? So you have 100% custodianship over your coins, but keep in mind that this is running on Compound, which is a DeFi platform. It is one of the highest rated DeFi platforms out there, so that's great. But it's still, some wiggle room for risk there because you're dealing with smart contracts. Maybe there's an exploit that they don't know about. But Compound seems to be pretty on it, and it's on it enough for Ledger to actually back it up and make it very easy for people to use on their platform. But again, also, like I said in the intro to this video, if anything is going wrong with you lending your crypto, you're going to get much more help if you reach out to the Compound support group. If they have one, maybe they have a Discord channel for people who are trying to figure it out. Just make sure that you are contacting them through the legitimate sites. Look at their Twitter account, go to their official website and see the social medias that they're linking to. Don't go to any crazy Telegram channel because that is just filled with scammers. And guess what? Most importantly, you don't need MetaMask to be interacting with these decentralized exchanges. And what I most, Aave is cool, 1inch is cool, but being able to do things like Lido and maybe some NFT things, and just other, I'm sure there's more of these to come, but the more interactions that you can get through DeFi without the use of something like MetaMask, I think is amazing. Just because for those of you who are new to this channel, read the privacy policy, read the terms and conditions. You might be surprised at things that are there. I've done a couple of videos on it. It's definitely a polarizing topic. A lot of people Anyway, I'm not going to get into it. If you're interested, you can check out those videos. But that's going to wrap it up for today's little tutorial on the many new things that you can now do using Ledger Live and having direct interaction with your hardware wallet. If you guys enjoyed it, I appreciate it if you leave a like and hit subscribe with a bell notification turned on so you can get more videos like this. Tomorrow, I'm going to be covering how to stake Cosmos using Ledger Live. It's super easy as well, so we're going to walk you through it. But anyway, thanks again, and I'll be seeing you guys soon. Bye.